Good morning, students. So in the last class we discussed regarding average atomic mass, and we knew how to calculate the average atomic mass of those elements which have various isotopes. जो एलिमेंट गुडाकर आइसोटोप्स अच्छी ताकर एवरेज एटॉमिक मास केमती बाहर करा जियो हम लास्ट क्लास रे सिखिथिलु. ओके, so I gave you some assignments and thankfully many students have sent it, but still all the students are yet to send the assignments. So it will be better if all the students solve the assignments and send it to me. जदि समस्त solve करियो ताले मु जानिबी जे तुमी मते follow करूछो, otherwise I will be in doubt whether you are able to follow me or not. मु संदेह रहिबी तुमी माने मते follow करछो कि नाही. Accordingly I will plan my further classes. So for the timing, as I told you, due to my illness I am unable to take your live classes, but very soon I will be taking your live classes also. So things will be more clear to you when I take your live classes. So till then we have to adjust by the YouTube classes. So for that you have to interact with me. Interact means you have to solve the assignments and you have to ask the doubts, whatever you have, you can send it through your WhatsApp so that I will solve it and send it to you. So for better interaction you need to interact with me. तुम्हें मो संगे interact करवा दरकार. Otherwise I will be in doubt, you will be in doubt. Okay students, so coming back to the assignments given in the last class, I have given you many assignments, out of which most of the answers you know. So I told you what is the only element having no neutron. The answer is hydrogen, that is protium. Proper answer is protium. Hydrogen has no neutron. Which hydrogen? Na protium. H11. H11 has no neutron. Then next question I gave you the relative abundance of three isotopes of silicon. So first we solve the assignments given to you. Assignment given to you in the last class. So question 1. Silicon is available in the form of two isotopes, that is silicon 28, silicon 28, that is 14, 28. Natural abundance is 94.37%. 94.37% is natural abundance. Then silicon 29, silicon 29 is 3.17%. 3.17% is the natural abundance. Then silicon 30, silicon 30. So it is having the natural abundance of 2.46%. 2.46%. So what are the question? I asked you to find out the average atomic mass of silicon. Then formula we put directly: average atomic mass is equal to sum of what? Percentage of natural abundance, which is given to you, percentage of natural abundance given to you here, into isotopic mass, which is also given to you. Isotopic mass, it is also given to you. Okay, so these are the isotopic masses and these are the percentage of natural abundance. Simply you have to add them up. Sum of means जेतेटा दिया हैतिबो सेतेटा हम ऐड करियो. Number of isotopes given will be added. Okay, so it will be 94.37%. That means 94.37 divided by 100 into isotopic mass is 28 plus 3.17%. 3.17 divided by 100. Percent means you have to divide by 100 into isotopic mass is 29 here. Ethi kete achi na 29 plus this one 2.46%. 2.46 by 100 into its isotopic mass is 30. That means it will be 94.37 into 28 plus 3.17 into 29 plus 2.46 into 30 divided by 100, because 100 is common here, so divided by 100. So let me see, check what is the value of these multiplications. Now first one will be 2642.36, 2642.36, that means this into this, plus 3.17 into 29, it will be 91.93, 91.93 plus 2.46 into 30, it will be 73.8, 73.8 divided by 100, then it will be 2808.09, 2808.09, sum of these will be this one divided by 100. So some of you have come up to this one, then got confused. It will be 28.0809. So this is the answer. Exact answer would be this one, 28.0809, because when you divide by 100, the decimal will be moving 2 places towards left. Okay, so it will be 28.0809. So this is the answer of the question number 1 given to in the assignment. So most of you have solved it correctly, but some of you have been erring here, but this is the correct answer. Next we will be solving the question number 2. Okay students, then we will move to question number 2. So what is question number 2? Now boron occurs in nature, question number 2. Boron occurs in nature in the form of two isotopes, that is boron 10, that means 5, 10, and boron 11, that means 5, 11. So boron occurs in the form of two isotopes in nature. The average atomic mass of boron is 10.81. So average atomic mass of boron is given as 10.81. Find out the percentage of natural abundance of these two isotopes. So what is given here? Now in this case, the average atomic mass has been given. You have to find out the percentage of natural abundance of boron 10 and boron 11. So what I told you, so when the percentage of natural abundance is not given, you have to take it as X. So let the percentage of boron 10 be X%. So you have to write down like this. Let the percentage of natural abundance of boron 10 be X%. Then this will be 100 minus X%. So other one will be 100 minus X%. Okay. So we will start from this one. Let the percentage of natural abundance of boron 10 be X%. Then the percentage of boron 11 will be 100 minus X, because the total percentage available will be 100. So when it is 100, when it is X, it will be 100 minus X. Then we will put the formula directly. So average atomic mass, answer, average atomic mass, that means 10.81 given, average atomic mass, that is 10.81 is equal to X%. X% means X by 100 into isotopic mass of this one, that is 10, plus 100 minus X%, that means 100 minus X by 100 into isotopic mass, that is 11. So this is how you have to find out the equation. Then you solve it to get the answer. So implies that it will become 10x plus 1100 minus 11x. So 10x plus 1100 minus 11x divided by 100 is equal to 10.81 average atomic mass. implies that 10x minus 11x, that is minus x. So 1100 minus x will be equal to 10.81 into 100. That means 10.81 into 100 means it will be 1081. Okay. Implies that x will be equal to this side. This one will come to this side. X will be 1100 minus 1081. That means 19. Value of x is found to be 19. Then what will be? Implies that 100 minus x will be equal to 100 minus 19. That is 81. Okay. So what is x? We have taken it to be boron 10. So this is the percentage of natural evidence of boron 10. Then 100 minus x is the percentage of natural evidence of boron 11. So this is the percentage of natural evidence of boron 11. So what will be the answer? Hence, the percentage of natural abundance of boron 10 is 19%. Whatever is the value of x will be here, and make it and, not a comma, and the percentage of natural abundance of boron 11 is 81%. This is the answer. So many students have solved this one correctly. Thank you very much. बहुत जन ठीक है solve करिछो. Simply a type of question जल दिया गोटे को x नहीं जीवो, other one will be 100 minus x. Then you find out the value of x and 100 minus x. They will give you the percentage of natural abundance of these two isotopes. Okay. So this is the answer of the assignments given to you in the last class. Those who have not solved it earlier, now please solve it and send it to me once again, so that I will be sure that you have followed this thing. जो माने बता सुधा को बुझी पर नथिलो, solve कर नथिलो, सेमाने को आउथरे solve करबो, फोटो उठे कि मते WhatsApp रे पठेबो. So you have to click the photo of these answers and send it to me by WhatsApp. Okay. Next students will discuss molecular mass. So next students will be discussing molecular mass or molecular weight. Molecular mass. So you know what is a molecule? That is the simplest particle of a substance which has independent existence. गोटे substance रो सबटो क्षुद्रतम कणिका जहार की निजस्व existence अछि. So it is the simplest particle of a substance having independent existence. So in the meanwhile we have discussed regarding atomic mass, and you must be clear by now regarding atomic mass. जेंति कहितली तुमको जेंति पचारला मात्रे instantly calculate करि परथो, that is required, because you will not be able to follow now how to calculate the molecular mass. Next we will be discussing equivalent mass. So you all should be prepared or ready to use the atomic mass knowledge. Atomic mass you should be able to calculate instantly, so that you can calculate the molecular mass. So first let us know what is molecular mass. Again, molecule is a very small particle, so its mass is negligible if we take it in grams or kilograms. So which unit will be used? Again, the unit will be Daltons, that is unified mass or atomic mass unit. So better you use to unified mass. So how to define molecular mass? Now it is the relative mass of a molecule as compared to 1/12 of C12 atom. So why C12 atom? Now because again here the unit will be unified mass. So what is one atomic mass unit? Now 1/12 of C12 atom. So again it will be using the same unit which you use for atomic mass. So it is the relative mass of a molecule as compared to 1/12 of C12 atom. What does it mean? Now how many times a molecule is heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom? That is the molecular mass. गोटे molecule कार्बन 12 रो 12 भाग रु भागे 2 केते गुण भारी सेटा होछि तार molecular mass. How many times a molecule is heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom? That gives you the molecular mass. So this is regarding definition, but you need not worry regarding the definition because you should be able to calculate the molecular mass. That is our purpose. तुम्हें molecular mass in calculate करि पतो सेति दरकार. So you have to remember the definition only. If you don't follow it, don't worry at all because you need to know how to calculate the molecular mass. Okay. So molecular mass means it is the sum of atomic mass of the constituent atoms. So simply or it is the sum of atomic masses of the constituent atoms जो atom बनने की गठित से molecule, that is called constituent atoms. So it is the sum of the atomic masses of constituent atoms of a molecule. So we come to the simplest molecule, that is, let us take H2O, water. So how to calculate the molecular mass? Now clearly visible, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen here and 1 atom of oxygen. So what will be molecular mass? Now 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 1 plus 1 atom of oxygen. So 1 into atomic mass of oxygen 16. So number of atoms into atomic mass. So number of atoms of hydrogen 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Then number of atoms of oxygen is 1 into atomic mass of oxygen 16. So it will be 18. 18U. So what is the molecular mass of water? Now 18U. Then another simple one, let us say HCl, hydrochloric acid. So it contains 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of chlorine. So hydrogen 1 into atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 1 plus chlorine 1 atom also. So 1 into atomic mass of chlorine, that is 35.5. So it will be 36.5U. Okay. Then H2SO4, sulfuric acid. H2SO4. How to calculate the molecular mass? Now 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen. We have to add them. Jeteta atom deytibo tar atomic mass hame misei jiba. So 2 atoms of hydrogen into atomic mass of hydrogen 1 plus 1 atom of sulfur into atomic mass of sulfur, that is 32, plus 4 atoms of oxygen into atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16. So जहाँ कही तुमको क्लियरली जो तुम्हारा atomic mass मने नहीं, it will be very difficult for you to calculate the molecular mass. But if you are clearly remembering these things, then it will be taking no time at all. Totally समय तुमको लगेगा नहीं. So 2 plus 30 to 34 plus 64. That means 98. So this is the molecular mass of sulfuric acid. Then sodium chloride, NaCl. So it contains 2 atoms, sodium, chlorine. So 1 atom of sodium into atomic mass of sodium, that is 23, plus chlorine 1 atom into atomic mass of chlorine, 35.5. Okay, so you need not write 1 into this one because for your simplicity, for your knowledge, I am writing like this. So you can directly write like this. So 23 plus 35.5, that is 58.5U. So this is the molecular mass of sodium chloride. Then calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate atom of calcium, 1 atom of carbon, and 3 atoms of oxygen. So if you are able to write the formula correctly, then it will be of no problem. I think Madam has told you how to write the formula, or else I will give you a simple trick in the next session. Okay. So calcium carbonate. So 1 atom of calcium into atomic mass of calcium, that is 40, plus 1 atom of carbon into atomic mass of carbon, that is 12, plus 3 atoms of oxygen. So 3 atoms into atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16. So 48 plus 12, that is 60 plus 40. 100 U. Okay. So like this, you can very easily calculate the molecular mass. Very easily calculate the molecular mass of any molecule given to you. Okay. Simply, what you have to do? Now you have to remember the definition. Similar to atomic mass, it is the relative mass of a molecule as compared to 1/12 of C12 atom. Relative mass means what? Now how many times a molecule is heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom? Then why 1/12 of C12 atom? Now because it is 1 U or 1 mu. 1 U by mu will come na carbon 12 bhagu bhage. So that's why you are using the term 1/12 of C12 atom. So relatively, how many times a molecule is heavier than it gives you the molecular mass. Or simple way now it is the sum of the atomic masses of the constituent atoms present in the molecule. Okay. So molecule jodi formula me clearly lekhuchu, if you write it correctly, then you are able to know how many atoms of each element are present in it. So simply taku add kari kari jiba ame pai jiba molecular mass. Okay. So next I will tell you or brief you how to write the correct formula. Okay. So next students, I will give you some simple tricks. You know it earlier, but for those who do not know or have forgotten these things, so I am just summarizing these things, how to write the formula correctly. Madam will teach you in details how to write the formula, how to remember the valency of the radicals. So normally when we speak of a molecule, then what happens? Now it has got two parts. A positive part known as basic part and a negative part known as acidic part. So positive part is called basic radical and negative part is called acid radical. Okay. Then what is a radical? Now it is a atom or group of atom behaving as a single unit in a chemical reaction. So radical कहले हम कौन बुझू ना गोटे atom बा group of atom जो माने गोटे single unit हिसाब रे act करती during the chemical reaction. So to write the formula correctly, you need to remember the formula of various acid and basic radicals along with their valence. तुमको सब acid radical और basic radical formula सह तार valency मन रखिया दरकार. So you need to remember the valency and formula of all acid and basic radicals. So suppose you are asked to write down the formula of calcium sulfate. Normally the first part is the metallic part, which is the positive part. Normally, in exceptional cases I will tell you that. And the second part is the negative part, that is acidic part. So first you write down the name calcium sulfate. Clearly there are two parts here. One is calcium, another is sulfate. You have to remember sulfate is having the formula SO4. So this is called radical, SO4, a group of atoms behaving as a single unit. So next you write down the valency. Calcium, we know the valency is 2. Sulfate also is having the valency of 2. Okay. So step 1, you write the symbol or formula of the acid or basic radical. So what I told, now initially जो रहता है normally सेटा metallic part था, और metallic part सब positive part. Metallic part is always the positive part. That is the basic radical. It is called the basic radical. The positive part is always the basic radical. So we can write Ca or Ca2 plus. Plus means it is having a positive part. Then it is the negative radical, that is called acid radical or negative radical. So we can write 2 minus. So you can write valence H2 and valence H2 here. So I have put the plus or minus sign only to show that these are the positive and these are the negative radicals. So this is the next step. Write down the valency as superscript on both of them. Then step 3, interchange the position of the valency. That means the superscript here will come down here and be the subscript. एठी जो superscript थिला से एठी के आसी subscript हे जिवो. Then the superscript here will come down here and become the subscript. खाली they will interchange their valencies and superscript जोटा रखुतलो ता बदल कोन हे जिवो subscript हे जिवो. ताले कोन हे जिवो देखो Ca2SO4 whole 2 comes here, so Ca2 एठी 2 पड़े गला SO4 whole 2. So 2 will cancel out, it will become CaSO4. So this is how to write down the formula of calcium sulfate. So this is example number 1. Then example number 2, sodium phosphate. Sodium phosphate. Next we have to write down the formula of sodium phosphate. Again clearly two parts. Positive part is sodium, the metallic part. Negative part is the phosphate radical. Okay. Sodium symbol is Na. Phosphate is PO4 is the phosphate radical. Then valency Na, valency 1, sodium valency is 1. Phosphate valency is 3. Okay. So next we will interchange their position. 1 will come here, 3 will come here. So next step, interchange their positions. So what will be the formula of sodium phosphate? Now Na3PO4. 3 comes here, so Na3PO4 only 1, so no change. Sodium phosphate. Then magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride. So again two parts clearly. First write down the symbol. Magnesium is Mg, chloride is Cl. Valency Mg is 2, chloride is 1. So what you need to remember? The formula of the radicals, then their valency. एदिका तुमको मन रखिବାକୁ पड़िବ. So next we will interchange of their positions. 2 will come here, 1 will come here. So what will be the formula of magnesium chloride? Now MgCl2. Okay. So this is how you have to write down the formula of various compounds. So for that you will be given the names. And accordingly, you have to remember the formula or symbol of the radicals, their valency, and simply interchange the valencies, it will give you the formula. Okay, then assignment, I have given you the formula of these three. So this is the assignment number 1, assignment 1. Calculate the molecular mass of these three. So calculate the molecular mass of these three. So this is the assignment for you. You solve it and send it to me. Okay students. So this is for today. In the next class we will discuss some more examples of molecular mass. We will know how to calculate the molecular mass again. For the time being, you remember this is how you have to calculate the molecular mass. So thank you very much.